man. Go ahead, watch the game, go relax. Chill out, it's got to work. Who the fuck calling my phone? Smoke me a blunt, watch the game. Yo.
Hey, yo, friend, where you at, yo?
What's up? What's wrong?
Yo, I need you to come to the house. This nigga just put his fucking hands on me and he not trying to leave. Ain't nobody here. My mother not here. Mark not here. I need you to get over here right now.
You at the house right now? You at the house right now?
I'm in the house right now.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. On my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. On my way. On my way. Peace.
What's going on?
Welcome to another episode of
What's going on?
It's your host E Pesos, CEO and host of G World Chronicles / What's Going On. You know, always bring y'all the topics, the hot topics of what's going on, and bring it to y'all, give y'all a short, brief, detailed story, and break it down to layman's terms. But in this situation, we're gonna get a little deep. Now, 2 young men were unalived because their sister had an issue with a young man, and instead of calling the police, she called them, and they were both unalived. Both brothers died at the same time, running up in this person's house to rescue their sister. Now, I want to unpack a few things about this situation, right? Ladies, I got to get on y'all for a second, but before we get to that, let's get to the process of when you file protection ordinances, right? When you get an order of protection. Since I've been home the past 13 years, I've met dozens and dozens of women who've been through domestic violence situations. And they tell me that they put an order of protection out and things still transpired as far as the abuse after the order of protection was put out. Police will call, but they're still taking their time. If someone is calling, telling you that someone I put an order of protection on is here harassing, chasing, beating on my door, etc., you need to get here. There needs to be an urgency for situations like this, because as y'all see, men are unaliving women every day now. It's getting crazy and it's getting out of hand. It's getting rampant. But let's unpack a few levels to this before we even get into what actually happened. Now, she called her 2 brothers in a situation where she was being harassed by a young man who she previously put an order of protection out on. And instead of calling the police, she called her brothers. Now, did she warn her brothers? Because there's a video out, I'm not going to show it, it's a little graphic, but there's a video out where the gunshots you heard was like massive, rapid gunfire. So obviously he had some shit in his house, in that house, or with him armed at the time, because they were going through something. So I don't know if he was still living there or not. But either way it go, you think she warned them that he had a gun? Did they come with guns? Was it a gunfight? Was it a shootout? Because if you call your brothers to come rescue you, what the brothers coming to do? They ain't coming to talk. They're coming to get busy. They're coming to get focused, right? So now my question is this. Where's the love and care? Because this happens a lot, right? A lot of women find themselves in these domestic situations, and you call your homie, aka big brother, big bro, whoever the case may be. You call your ex-boyfriend or your male friend, and you don't tell them all the details of what's going on. And in a lot of situations, we come bat out of hell for a situation where you wind up going back to the dude. Ladies, I'm going to need y'all to put just a little more care into who y'all bring around y'all kids and who y'all bring around y'all families. I dated a young lady. She told me, she said, "Yo, I want to thank you for being honest with me." Because she asked me, have I been to jail before? Have I done time? I told her, yeah, I went to the feds. I did this, I did that. Y'all know my story. And she said, well, I want you, thank you for being honest with me, because I had a homegirl who's a sergeant, and she ran your name for me. And You know, the street stuff I don't care nothing about, but I ran your name to see if you had any domestics. I said, oh shit. She said, yeah, I don't bring no men around my kids until we date for a while, and I have your name ran for domestics, for whatever. You know, the other words and stuff that we're not going to use right now, but I'm going to make sure that you're proper before I embrace you and bring you into my fold. Now, I was like one out of never have a woman told me that they'd done that before. And I thought that was the dopest thing in the world. The fact that you took that type of care to make sure I was who I said I was first. And secondly, that didn't have any charges that could have hindered and hurt you in the future. You know what I'm saying? If I got domestics on my record, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, that means I hit and I beat women. That's a red flag for you to get the fuck out of there. Stop thinking you can change that man, or you need to help that man, you need to get away from that man. Okay? Now, ladies, the power of that phone call that you make when things is going on. Now, if you know your man, you know he a nut, pause. You know he crazy, you know he loose cannon, you know he don't got it all. You know this about your nigga if you pay attention to him. 9 times out of 10, you know if he strapped, you know if he carry a firearm from time to time, you know what it is. So when you know this about your person, these need to be the details that you spit back to the brothers, to the homie, to the friend that you call when you come in to defend you in this situation. Case in point, you might get a female that'll call you, tell you, yo, this nigga in the bar put his hands on me. Okay, you jump out your bed and go handle the situation. You ain't going to talk. Let's be clear. Ain't no talking, right? You pull up and somebody did something to your peoples, you pull up. But did you warn me that it was 12 niggas out here? 6 niggas out here? Here I am pulling up by myself with my one little. You think that's enough for all this shit going on out here? You walked me to a trap. You didn't let me know what the fuck was going on. You just told me somebody. I thought it was one person. There's hella niggas out here. That's another situation, right? Also, when you make that phone call and shit go left, because everything don't always go the way you planned it, you could call your nigga down here and get your nigga stomped to shit. You can call your cousin down here and get your cousin motherfucking pile drived on this concrete. Stomped to your pancake. I'm speaking of experience. We've done it. Hella situation. Baby girl, don't call that nigga down here to get hurt. Don't do that. Don't call. Better think about that. Call no nigga down here to get himself hurt, because we like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the attitude of niggas right now. So here it is. You calling your man, your brother, your homie to come down and defend you. You're not even giving him all the details. Let's talk about love and care. If you love me, why would you call me and tell me some shit like that? Knowing my freedom on the line, I'm going to do some wild shit. I'm going to go back to jail. And if that be the case, you know you're obligated to ride with me day for day. You're obligated now. At this point, you're obligated. I'm in jail for you. I was home watching the game, smoking a blunt, minding my business. You called me and got me out my bed and got me on this type of time. The power in that phone call. Sometimes it may be best to just say, you know what, let me think for my nigga and not even say nothing about this. I deal with this another time. But for right now, let me remove myself, because if I call this nigga and God forbid he with his niggas, that's a major situation we got going on right now. It was a situation where I was out and about and I saw a young man beating up on a woman, and I offered my assistance. She crying for help. Hey, yo, bro, chill. Me and him wound up getting into it, shaking. She hit me in my head with an umbrella. You was just asking for help. I came to help you. Now I gotta get stitches in my head. Cause you, the power of that phone call. Now, in this situation, 2 brothers born 5 years apart on the same day died on the same day. And this is in Miami, Florida. So peep this. he might not even get charged for the bodies, because guess what? This is a stand your ground state. He might beat the bodies and just get the violation for being near somebody he ain't had no business being there, man. But if those two men, if it could be proven that those two men aggressively approached that apartment in the state of Florida, you could defend yourself to the highest degree and not go to jail. You've seen it 1,000 times. That gun might have been registered to him. That could be a legal firearm. Me and my lady Golden Son, y'all ran up in here. I felt threatened. I let that shit off. Either way it go, those two young men are not here anymore. Look at the ripple effect. Their mother, their other siblings. How you think they're looking at sis? Why you call them and not the police? And I get it. I know sometimes the cops don't come. Y'all don't want to play cop games, or he's going through something. Let me help him. He need my help right now. No, that nigga needs your absence. If you put your hands on women, you're a coward. And Peso said that. Look you square in your eye and say that. You a coward, a bitch ass nigga if you beat women. I said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, take the approach my homegirl took. Run that name. Make sure he is who he say he is. Make sure he don't have those charges on his background. That's important. See what's going on. If you call somebody with something, give them the details. Yo, I need you to get here to me, but he has a gun. You know what I'm saying? So come with precaution. Come with one. Or you know what? Let me find another solution out of this, because if you think about it, it's going to be a life for a life regardless. Because you call me, I'm not coming to play. He already in a situation, he ain't coming to play. So what is going to be? Two niggas locking ass, going at it. For what? When 9 times out of 10, you go right back to him. Not all of y'all, but the ones that do that. Ladies, don't be afraid to press charges and do what you got to do to protect yourself. Learn self-defense. Get yourself a firearm. Do what you got to do to protect yourself. If you feel the law not going to do enough, then arm up. Get yourself together. Fight back. Strike back. There's battered women's shelters who can relocate you to a different city and state, get you housing, get you a job. If it's that deep where you really got to get the fuck out of here, the surrounding areas, North Jersey City, Union, Patterson, Passaic, it's battered women's shelters all over the place. They will take you and your kids and feed you and clothe you and house you until you get yourself together and can relocate to another state. You could you go to another state and go to a battered women's shelter there if you really want to get away. If you really want to get away. Those two young men are dead. The ripple effect, if they had kids, God bless the kids. But sis gonna feel it. She got to deal with that every night, knowing that, damn, I coughed them niggas over here to die. She got to deal with that. I got plenty of phone calls before. The same thing. And I'm guilty as fuck. What? Nigga did what? Pew, I'm gone. Pulling up, what's good? I don't know nothing. I don't know no details. By the grace of God, I never got hurt. But things might not have always went my way. Coming to defend. Sometimes you might find out your homegirl wrong as shit. Disrespecting, violating, talking crazy. Nothing warrants a man putting his hands on a woman, but ain't no telling what these niggas is on. These niggas is professional crash outs. Ladies, be on point. It's to the point now, you got to give a nigga your number you don't even want to get your number to. Because you say no, you might get hurt. And it's fucked up and it's sad that I got to say that. But that's the era and time, what the fuck going on out here right now. Ladies, protect yourselves. You got kids, especially daughters. It's being so easy letting these niggas in your houses, man. Letting niggas around your kids so easily, so easily. So easily. You meet them Monday, Thursday, you meeting the kids. That's not cool. You didn't vet this man, no way, no how. You want to check his phone? Check his ID. Worry about what's in his phone. Worry about what's on his name. How about that? Do that. sad situation, man. Rest in peace to them 2 young men that lost them lives. And even bless Shorty, the sister, as she deals with this day to day for the rest of her life, knowing that I called my brothers to die. So when you pick up that phone and you call that nigga, you could be calling him to die too. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Peace. It's another episode of
What's
your boy
going
Pencils,
on?
man. Tap in, like, subscribe, comment. This is what's going on. And I'm out. Peace.